Hi guys, Michelle here. Welcome back to the Traveling Epicurean. Today we're making a tasty dish. We're cooking up some curry. Curry shrimp and snow peas in coconut milk and white wine. It's out of this world. It only takes mere minutes to make. Come on over here and I'll show you what we're going to need to get this going. So this is what we're going to need to make our curry shrimp and snow peas in the coconut milk and white wine dish. We have fresh dill, a clove of garlic I put through the garlic press, a half a cup of finely chopped sweet onion, a pound of shrimp, curry, turmeric, and coriander, fresh limes, snow peas, a half a cup of white wine, coconut milk, chicken broth, and jasmine or basmati rice. I cooked up 3 cups of jasmine rice, and that's a half a cup of coarsely chopped dill. The dill goes so nicely with curry. And I'm going to show you how to get the strings off of these snow peas here, and then we're going to start to saute up the onions. So the snow peas, there's a little end here that will have a little bit of a stem. We just cut it with a knife and then we just pull it. Sometimes there's more string than other times that will release, and that one didn't have any at all. And then we pull it just like that. And then if there's a stem on the other side, we cut that as well. And then we're done. All right, I'm gonna get my apron on so I could get over to the stove and start sauteing these onions. You know, I love how complex this sauce is and how quickly it's made. No one will ever believe it. The curry and the coconut milk just come together so nicely. All right, let's get over to the stove and I'll start sauteing these onions. Okay, look, we have a little bit of coconut oil, about a tablespoon. I figured I'd stay on the coconut trail since we are cooking with coconut milk today. And I'm heating that up. You could use olive oil if you don't have coconut oil. It's absolutely perfect to use either one. Get those onions in there. I'm going to wait to add the garlic. This way that garlic doesn't burn because I put it through the garlic press. So I'm going to add a little sprinkle of salt to release some of the juices out of the onion. I have it on a medium-high, and I'm just going to saute this for about 2 minutes. It's been about 2 minutes. Now I'm going to add in the garlic. I really don't want the garlic to burn because it will get bitter. So I'm just going to warm that through, and then I'm going to deglaze it with a little bit of white wine, about a half a cup. Alright, so I'm going to deglaze with a half a cup of white wine. Oh, that smells delicious. And let this simmer. I'm going to turn it back up to high. And we're going to let that reduce for 1 minute. All right, this has been reducing for about a minute, and I'm going to add some chicken stock. And we're going to do the same thing with that. That's going to reduce for another minute. And I'm going to add in the snow peas and bring that back up to a simmer. And we'll be back in 1 minute. It needs a little sprinkle of salt. And then I'm going to add the can of coconut milk. It makes an amazing sauce. So easy. Really lush and velvety. And then we're going to add in those Indian spices. And it's going to be heavenly. Alright, I'm going to bring this to a simmer. And while I'm bringing this back up to a simmer, I'm going to start to add the spices. So this is up to a nice simmer. I'm going to turn it down a little bit so it's a medium high. I'm going to add in our lovely spices and whisk those around. And I'm going to keep it at a low simmer just for about 2 more minutes. And let the sauce thicken up a little bit. And then we're going to add in the shrimp. Alright, so I turned it down to low because the boil was too heavy, and then I'm going to add in some half and half, and that really brings the sauce all together. It's looking absolutely beautiful. We're gonna let this simmer for 2 to 3 minutes till it thickens up a little bit. I really love working with curries. They're just so flavorful, and they change the sauce into this amazing fragrant dish. So I've added in a tablespoon of butter right here and all of the shrimp. It's been simmering for 3 minutes, and now that I've added in the shrimp and the butter, I'm just gonna let it simmer on low just until the shrimp is cooked through. You don't want to cook the shrimp any more than a few minutes. So we're going to squeeze in the lime juice. And last but not least, I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of sour cream. And that's going to bring it all to a new level of flavors. Wait till you try this sauce. Unbelievable. So delicious. All right. We're just going to melt that through, and I'm taking it right off of the stove. Wow, this looks really pretty. I'm going to start to plate up a bowl here with this jasmine rice and dill. It's going to be absolutely delicious. I can't wait to have a bite. Wow, this really is so delicious. Was this the quickest recipe ever? Together. Wait to taste this curry shrimp and snow peas. You won't believe it. It's so delicious. That sauce is really delicate. And I am picky about my sauces because I am sauce gal. You're gonna really love this curry. I can't wait for you to go make it. And remember, I have a link below, and that'll take you right to the Traveling Epicurean. You won't have to search for the recipe. It'll take you right to the recipe page. So thank you so much for watching today. I can't wait for you to make this lovely dish. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Ciao! I'm Michelle here with the Traveling Epicurean. Today I'm going to show you how to make some black bean salsa with mango and avocado. It's a lovely salsa. It goes with everything, but today we're going to have it with some pan-seared swordfish. You're going to love it, and we're starting off the new year with some bright and healthy meals. So this is what we need for our ingredients to make our black bean salsa. 2 cans of black beans. We have cilantro, fresh chopped cilantro, Vidalia onion. I use Goya beans. I love my Goya beans. We have a chopped jalapeno, chopped tomato, and our lovely swordfish, and our avocado and mango. And I'm going to show you an easy trick on how to get the avocado flesh out and how to slice up the mango. All right, so first I'm just going to put everything in the bowl. All of our lovely ingredients. The black beans, love black beans. Black beans, you know, they are the highest in antioxidants out of all the beans. And they're absolutely delicious. So we have our black beans, our Vidalia onion, our tomatoes, the jalapenos, and our cilantro. This bean salsa is exactly like my mango avocado salsa that I have on my website, except we're using 1 less mango, and we've added 2 cans of black beans. So, and I'll have that posted up there as well under black bean salsa. We're going to put it in there until we feel the pit, and then we're just going to run the knife going around the edge of the pit on the inside, just like that. Put the knife down and then twist it. And then it comes apart like this. So I'm going to take the knife and gently tap the pit, and it's going to go into the pit. I'm going to twist it and then take it out. And then if you just bang it on the board like that, it comes right out there. I have a spoon. I'm just going to run the spoon around the edge of the avocado like this on the inside. And then there's 1 avocado, 1/2. And then there's the other half. I cut off the bottom so it's flat. So the mango has some way to stand up so it doesn't roll over. And then we're just going to start from the top, and we're going to slice down. We're taking off the skin. This is probably the easiest way to do it. So I'm just going to go around the mango. And the mango pit is not round. It's kind of like a flat pit. So you see it's skinnier this way than it is this way. So the pit is running lengthwise with the mango. So then you end up just slicing down that flatter side of the mango, and that's where all the flesh is going to come from. This is much easier to do it this way than to try and peel it with a peeler. I'm just going to keep going around the sides. I love the salsa. The salsa is great with steaks, with chicken, pork chops. Especially love it with blue chips. Love my blue chips. But it's nice with the fish too, because the citrus, you know, really balances out with the fish. All right, so here's our mango. So it's running this way, the pit. So that means that most of the flesh, isn't that beautiful? So we'll put that there, and then we'll run it down the other side. We have two beautiful halves, and not so much on the outer side, but there's some there. So we'll run the knife down there as well. And then we're going to chop these up and get that into the salsa. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a good olive oil that you like to make your salads with. And then we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. I am going to give a shot of sriracha because I know I like it a little hot. I don't like it wicked hot, but you know, I do like it somewhat hot. You add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. I love my pepper grinder. I got this at the bazaar in Turkey, and it makes a nice, fresh, really fine grind pepper. It's dangerous though, because you put it down and it falls over a lot. So anyways, we're going to grind up some fresh pepper, and we'll sprinkle that on. See how fine that comes out? It's really pretty. It's like a powder almost. So it really disappears into the sauce. Okay, so now we're going to mix this up. Oh, look how pretty that is. It's beautiful. I love all the colors. Absolutely gorgeous. You've got to see this. All these beautiful colors. They are just so beautiful. So I'm just going to toss this all together. Okay, we're done with that. I'm going to set that aside, and we'll start working on the swordfish. Right, so we have our beautiful swordfish. It's about 1 pound of swordfish. I love swordfish. It eats like a steak. It's so hearty. It's really lovely. So, you know, I figured 0.3 pounds per person. So this is for 3 people. I'm going to cut it into 3s, and I'm going to sprinkle some salt and olive oil and get that into my cast iron pan. Okay, so I'm going to slice this into 3s. One. We'll give the end a little bit more since it is the end. There we go. Sprinkle a little salt. I don't do pepper because my kids don't like pepper. I could always add it to the end on my own. And then I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil. Rub that into the meat of the swordfish. Flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing. A little salt. A little more olive oil. It's one of those fishes that has natural oils in it, and we all know how beneficial that is for our health and our heart. But the olive oil will help to give it a sear right away to help keep the moisture in the swordfish. So that's why I put a little olive oil on there. So we're going to be doing the swordfish in a cast iron pan. Really love my cast iron pan because it holds an even heat throughout the whole pan. I have a little bit of water. Hear that sizzle? That means it's ready. We want a nice golden crust on the outside of our swordfish, and then we're going to put it into the oven for just 5 minutes to finish off the cooking. So I am going to drizzle just a little bit of olive oil in there. So we have our delicious swordfish and we have our cast iron pan. I am just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil in there. And then I'm going to get the swordfish in the pan. Hear that sear? That's going to be nice. We had all these 3 pieces in there. I'm going to do about 3 minutes on each side and then get it into the oven for 5 minutes. Just to finish off. So it's only been searing for about a minute. And it's a little bit stuck. That means it's telling you it's not ready to flip over yet. So you just have to be patient, give it its full 3 minutes, and then you can start to wiggle it and loosen it, and then it can be flipped over. It tells you when. When 3 minutes are up, we're gonna flip this. See, it's starting to come apart now. Look at that golden, beautiful color. I'm gonna flip that over. More gorgeous color. See how beautiful and golden it is? So I have the oven to 350, and we're gonna put it in for 5 minutes, and then that'll finish the cooking. Okay, we got our swordfish, just came out of the oven. Look how beautiful it looks. This swordfish is being caught locally right now, right off of the Carolinas. So that's really nice. And then our black bean salsa. So another way to have this black bean salsa is with blue chips. Can't beat that combination. So I'm gonna plate up our gorgeous salsa here. You could really do this a few different ways. I just like to center it in the plate, and then I build a little height. I like a little volume in there to set the fish up nicely. This mango is gorgeous. It wasn't ripened when I bought it though. The trick to that is to just buy your mango and leave it on the counter in the sun for a few days, and it will ripen really nicely. So you don't have to worry about having it ripe when you first purchase it. Okay, that looks gorgeous. And then I'm gonna grab the swordfish, put that right on top, just like that. Oh, that looks so pretty. It's really, really good for you too. And then we're gonna squeeze a little lemon right on top. You're gonna love this. Well, I hope you had as much fun as I did today making the black bean salsa and the pan-seared swordfish. All of these recipes and more are at thetravelingepicurean.com. And remember, it doesn't have to be summer to enjoy fresh salsas and swordfish. Ciao! Hi guys, Michelle here. Welcome back to the Traveling Epicurean. Today I'm going to show you how to make a roasted garlic and cannellini bean dip. It is so delicious because that roasted garlic is packed with flavor. It's so simple. We make it in a couple of minutes. We puree it in the blender, and then I'm going to top it with some salsa and some shrimp that I sauteed and butter and wine. Yum! Yeah! So get on over here and I'll show you what we're going to need to get this going. And then I'm going to add in my shrimp. We're going to cook it for 1 to 2 minutes on each side, and that's all we're going to need to do. The shrimp are cooked for about 2.5 minutes on each side. It smells amazing, and there's a little bit of caramelization there. They're totally done. I'm going to take these off the heat and put them in a bowl and set them aside while we get our cannellini puree bean dip ready. Okay guys, this is how we're going to make our roasted garlic and bean dip. I have a head of roasted garlic. I have a can of cannellini beans. I have a 1/2 cup of Pinot Grigio, chicken stock, We'll top it with a little salad that I chopped up with Kalamata olives, tomatoes, basil, and cucumber. And then I sauteed up some shrimp in butter and wine, and we have some crostinis to put all this wonderful dip on. You won't believe how easy it is to make this wonderful dip. I rinsed and drained the cannellini beans. I'm gonna add them to the pan. I'm gonna add our white wine. And then I'm gonna add a half a cup of the chicken broth. And we're gonna simmer this for about 7 minutes and let it reduce and let all those flavors infuse together. And then we're gonna puree it. And it's gonna make the most amazing flavors. We're gonna add in 4 cloves of this beautiful roasted garlic. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? 1, 2, and if you just squeeze the head of the garlic, they come right out. 3, and 4. There we go. To make this roasted garlic, I have the oven preheating to 400. I'm gonna slice off a 1/2 inch off the top of this garlic bulb, and then I'm going to drizzle with olive oil. A tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to cover the top with foil for the first 20 minutes. I'll remove the foil for the next 20 minutes until they're lightly golden. Here's the beautifully golden roasted garlic. It smells so good. I pulled this out about 8 minutes early because it started to get golden. I'm gonna cover it with foil so it's gonna still keep cooking, but depending on how your oven is running, you need to check it because you don't want the garlic cloves to get too dark because they'll get a little bit bitter. But that looks beautiful. And we're gonna let this simmer for about 7 or 8 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna put it all into the blender. All right, this is reduced really nicely. Now I'm just gonna put it into our blender here, and we're gonna puree it. It's as simple as that, if I don't drop it all on the floor. You can also serve this with tortilla chips as well, and then you could top it with salsa. There's so many different things that you can do with this cannellini bean dip. That looks great. Let's get the top on there and we'll start to puree it. To be a little bit patient, I'm going to stir it up a little bit. So as the beans puree, it gets really thick in there. You have to try a little. Wow. Really delicious. All right. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of 1/2 and 1/2. And it's really gonna pull this sauce together. It's gonna be so delicious. The only thing we have left to add is a little bit of salt and pepper. Give it another little stir. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. All right, so I want this for an appetizer, so I'm just gonna make a smear of bean dip in the center, and then I'm gonna top it with the salsa and those sauteed shrimp, and then we'll put crostinis around it. It's gonna be really, really pretty. Laid out in the center of this plate. And then I have some special olive oil that's really nice, not my regular cooking olive oil. And I'm going to drizzle that on it as well. All right, so we'll just make a little path going down the center, just like that. And now I'm going to top the center of that with my beautiful salsa that I made. And this makes for a really pretty appetizer. I love it because it's different than the mashed potatoes or the rice. Right. And now I'm going to lay my shrimp on top of that. Doesn't that look beautiful? You could do chicken, you could do beef, you could do whatever you wanted to make. And then I just have crostinis that I could just lay around the dish just like this. Look how gorgeous that is. This bean dip is so yummy. And then I have my specialty olive oil, and then you could just go like that. Oh, look how pretty. Really nice. I can't wait for you to make this bean dip. You're gonna be so excited. Yum. Well, this came out so delicious. I can't wait for you to make this. Remember, the link below takes you to the exact recipe page that this roasted garlic and cannellini bean dip is on, so you don't have to go searching once you get to my website. I can't wait for you to make this, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. Have a great weekend. Ciao! Alright, usually I get the camera going, and then I come on over and I say, today, welcome back. And I'll show you how we're gonna make this. And then we're gonna blend it in the blender, and then we're gonna puree, then we're gonna puree it. And it's a great change up from the potatoes, the pasta, and the rice. How incredible it is. You're not going to believe how delicious this is. You're not going to believe it. I don't know why. It would help if it was plugged in. Hold that thumb.
Thank you for watching The Traveling Epicurean.